Hello everyone, my name's Cliff and welcome back to my channel. This is Cliff's Dark Gems. And if you're new here, welcome for the first time. Today we're going to do a tag video. And this is the New York tag. And it was created by Jim's Books, Reading and Stuff. And I was tagged by Digger Dan Books. Oh sorry, Digger Dan Reads. Stay tuned. Okay everyone, before we actually do the tag, I just want to go over a few things. First of all, the shirt, you can't see, it's New York, what is it baby? Bronx?
New York Yankees, Bronx Bombers.
New York Yankees, Bronx Bombers. This is a nice shirt, but I have not been to New York. Rather, this was a gift from a friend that did go to New York. So yeah, I got this shirt. I thought it would be a good thing to wear it for this particular video. Okay, the second thing I just wanted to talk about was editing. And this is maybe a hint for some people. You might notice that in some of my videos, in fact in all of my videos, I edit constantly. So it's kind of stop-start that way. But there's a reason for that. There's a hell of a lot of distractions outside. It gets noisy at times. Cars hooting, especially over the road, they're quite noisy. And we got neighbours, and we love them very much. Wonderful neighbours, but they got very young kids. They got a toddler that screeches and screams all the time, and I don't want that on my video. And I always think it's better to do a small section, stop, do a small section, instead of just keep going and then something serious happens, and then I have to start the whole video again. So that's why there's so much editing on my videos. And finally, just a reminder that tonight we're going to be doing Holly. It's the end of our adventure as All About Holly group, and we're going to be doing a live chat on Greg's channel, Another Bibliophile Reads. So tune in for that. Okay, so let's get to the tag. Now there are 11 prompts. I'm not going to spend too long on each prompt, but yeah, the first one is your favorite book set in or around New York. And I had to think about this a little bit, but this is my favourite book. And this is the drawing of the second part in the Dark Tower series. And yeah, I can't really talk about it too much because it's part 2. And yeah, it's just going to be giving away spoilers about the Dark Tower, which is my favourite series of all time. So that's prompt number 1. Okay, prompt number 2 is New York is famous for its skyscrapers. What is the highest building you have been to? I like to think about this a bit because I have travelled quite a lot. But yeah, one place that I have been in America, and it's got a massive building, and that is Las Vegas. And I think it's called the Stratosphere, and it stands at 350 meters. It's an observation tower, and I remember going up there with my family, and there's a revolving restaurant at the top. And it gives you an awesome view of Las Vegas and the Strip and just the surrounds. So yeah, that's probably the highest I've ever been in the building. Prompt number 3. New York, New York. So good they named it twice. What is the last book you reread? Not including short stories. The last actual book I reread was Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. And, I read this as a teenager, and although I enjoyed it, it didn't have the same impact on me. I read it last month, or a couple of months ago, and yeah, I really took a lot more from this dystopian, disturbing book about where books are banned and books are illegal. And I did do a review on this, but yeah, that is Fahrenheit 451. Prompt number 4, American Psycho was a disturbing novel set in New York. What is the most disturbing book you have ever read? Okay, American Psycho was damn disturbing. But 2 other books that I read that were really, really disturbing were Off Season by Jack Ketchum and The Black Farm by Elias Witherow. And I'm going to go with Off Season because it was not just disturbing, it was just so bloody and terrifying and couldn't put it down. But yeah, it's deeply disturbing and terrifying. That's off season. Prompt number 5. Where were you when 9/11 happened? Okay, now as an ex-teacher, I was teaching in a primary school in Johannesburg, and it was towards the end of the school day. And I remember very clearly we were all called to an assembly by the principal, who broke the news to us. And he did it in such a way to try and make the younger kids understand the enormity of what had happened. And I do remember there was crying and there was hugging and there was, I think the parents came early to pick up their kids, and yeah, absolutely tragic day. But just to add to that, and like how the world and humanity and people know people. My brother had a friend that was there, and basically, yeah, I knew a couple of other guys that knew people that were working there in the towers, and yeah, it's just tragic, just so sad. Prompt number 6 is, what is your favorite movie set in New York? Now, I've actually written down quite a few here. One that is incredibly tense, and yeah, is Taxi Driver with Robert De Niro and Jodie Foster, and something a hell of a lot more light-hearted that I really, really enjoy. One of my favorite movies is Big by Tom Hanks. Yeah, it's such a sweet movie. And then something that is very dark, and that is Black Swan with Natalie Portman. And then I'm going to say probably my favorite, definitely not my wife's favorite, but it is a very disturbing movie, a very hectic movie, and that is Requiem for a Dream. I can't remember all the actors in there, but it's about drugs and about drug abuse, and it's just a downward spiral, and it's terrifying, and it's yeah, very, very good movie, very disturbing movie. Prompt number 7, have you been to New York? No, but I got a t-shirt, as I said. But I have been to America. I've got family there, in Arizona. I think, yeah, Arizona, I'm not sure where else. But we went to the Grand Canyon. We went to Vegas for 3 days, where I had a hell of a lot of fun with my brother. I did a bit of gambling, and I ended up winning $200 or something. And of course I splashed out on, yeah, birds are noisy again, but I splashed out on a helicopter ride over the Grand Canyon, which was a hell of a lot of fun. So yeah, enjoyed my time in America. Okay, the next one I'm going to skip through quite quickly. Who's your favorite painter from New York? Yeah, I don't know painters. I'm not into art, so that's going to have to be a skip. And then we got number 9. What is your favorite song about New York? Now, I've got 3 here. There's one by Leonard Cohen. I think it goes first, we took Manhattan, then we took Berlin. Yeah, and that's by Leonard Cohen. And then there's an Englishman in New York with Sting. And I really like its song as well. Not as crazy about Sting as I used to be. And then probably my favorite one is, I'm going to put it up here, and that is Walk on the Wild Side by Lou Reed. And it's actually very interesting because I read a bit about the song, and it's about misfits and kind of drug addicts and outsiders being allowed into New York and being accepted by the city. So yeah, it's a fun one. Prompt number 10 is, New York is seen as the publishing capital of the world. What is your favorite publishing house? Excuse me. And I would go with Penguin Classics because I own a lot of them. So yeah. And finally, prompt number 11. What is your favorite Broadway show or musical? And I'm going to go with 2 that I saw in London. I spent a lot of time in London. I lived there for a year. And we also lived in England for 2 years. My dad, we all moved there, so we spent a lot of time in London. And I'm going to go with Cats, which I saw at the time, and Les Miserables. I think it's how you say it, Les Miserables. And out of the 2, I probably enjoyed Cats the most. Just fun and music. So yeah. Okay, finally I'm going to tag a few people. I'm going to tag 2 channels that are new to me, and that is Disquiet and Dragons and Peter the Book Lover. So yeah, check out those channels, they're great. And yeah, that's it for now. Just a reminder about Holly tonight. Come and join us. And thank you so much for watching. And if you think of my comments here, leave something down in the dark space below. And until next time, take care of yourselves, keep those pages turning, and cheers.